Well, good morning. I'm here in my favourite little bit of woodland for my regular breakfast in the mornings and to do a little kit review. Now this is an unusual kit review because it is a budget kit that I've put together and I will be explaining more later. Good morning, and in here is enough kit to last you for a weekend's camp, lasting from Saturday morning to Sunday evening. In fact, with a little bit of planning you can even make it a long weekend, and it all costs less than £27. That's right, not sexy kit but functional kit. Make sure it's a warm night as well, but we'll be going through the kit in a minute and I shall wander off to my campsite. Right, there we go. You've got something to sleep on, something to sleep in. You've got a saw, a knife, a coffee tin billy can, a small homemade cooking stove with a Trangier type burner. I'll be going through those in a minute. Spirits for the burner, a litre of water, a plate and a cup and a spoon, and some food. That's my breakfast. Okay, you would have more food if you was doing the whole weekend and probably carry that in a side bag. The only things that I've actually bought for this is the tarp, the mess and a coffee bean tin. Everything else was found in the house. Right, I shall proceed to set my camp up. So there we go folks, everything's set up for a night out. At the bottom there is high density polythene which I acquired from work. It's wrapped around a flare so it gets thrown out. Cost nothing. The woolly blanket sitting in the cupboard, didn't cost me a thing. The guy out, the rope, the cordage for the tarp, well, it didn't actually cost me anything as such. Right, there's the cooking system. I've got a Coke can meth burner styled on the Trangier. I've got an old mushy pea tin fixed with some wires to hold the said burner, and a coffee tin. The only thing I actually bought out of all of this was actually the coffee tin, which cost me £2.99p. The Coke cans, I don't drink Coke, so I scavenged those out of a rubbish bin at work, and the mushy pea tin was my mother's. And the little bits of wire come from packaging at work, but any wire would do providing it's strong enough. Right, mess kit and water bottle. The water bottle is 1 litre. Obviously it had a ginger and apple drink in it at one time, and it's perfectly recyclable. Why we have to go out and buy expensive water bottles sometimes is a wonder to me. I do fall into that trap. And there we are. From the kitchen cupboard, a spoon, a plastic picnic cup and a plastic picnic plate. Works very well. As I pan up, right, the tools of the woodsman. These are the most basic tools you'll ever need. One folding saw, which was sitting in the shed, and the Mora clipper. This one was issued to me on a woodlaw course, but they only cost £10, so I added £10 to the bill. It took it up to about £27 altogether. Obviously you'll have to buy other things like meths and food, but that's the basic kit. You've got yourself a camping outfit for less than £30. Pretty good going, I think. Well, got my tea, I've had my breakfast, egg banjos, got another tea brewing in the billy. There was enough meths in the little burner to last the time to make 2 brews and to cook breakfast. Very tasty. Right, the reason for the video was something that a chance remark someone made about the expensive kit, and a lot of kit within Bushcraft now is becoming very, very expensive, but it need not be so. Maybe you have a relative or friend who wishes to pursue this. Well, actually, I call it woodcraft and camping. Bushcraft is a bit of a sexy word at the moment. You know, what do you do? Bushcraft. Really, what you actually do is camping and do a bit of spoon carving or something in the woods. Bushcraft is basically nature watching. Well, anyway, rant over. So I set myself a project of seeing how cheap I could get this kit together. Reading through guys like Horace Kephart and Nesmuk, campers and wilderness wanderers from the late 19th, early 20th centuries, and I thought very carefully what we actually needed when we do go out. You need something to sleep on, something to sleep in, and something to sleep under. We can all build debris shelters, but they take a while. And to my mind, you go out into the woods to enjoy yourself, to live comfortably, never ever rough it. If you're roughing it, you're doing it wrong. So I set myself the task initially of £50, then I took it down to 30. And with a little bit of planning, you can actually get all your bushcraft camping gear for less than £30 if you look around the house shops. The only thing I bought new, as I was saying, for this was the ground sheet, which doubles as a tarp, and the coffee tin. Everything else I basically had lying around with me. And in the height of summer, all you need to have really is a wool blanket. That's enough to keep you warm. And I have a small outfit, which I haven't got with me today, of cotton socks, long johns and a cotton t-shirt, which I use as my nightwear. That keeps me plenty warm enough in the wool blanket or in a summer sleeping bag. And as time goes on, you can add to this, take bits out, but this is all you really need. Obviously, if you're going to sleep on open moors, you need something to hold the tarp up. Maybe you can even just sleep out under the stars. Sans the bivvy bag. Bivvy bags are going to cost around about £30 to £50. So, you know, it's down to what you want to do. I say, friend or relative, and they want to go out but can't afford it. Here you are. Or as an add-on bit, there's a chap, and I can't think of his name now. He's called Tally Ho. He's done the Marra Kneeling bow drill, and I would recommend anybody to watch that YouTube vid. It is an amazing setup that guy's done. Because he's got a poorly shoulder, he can't do conventional bow drill for very long. So he's developed his own system, which ends up actually using the whole spindle. Instead of chucking a piece of the spindle away when it's worn out, you end up using the whole spindle. And I was amazed. And I think the Marra Kneeling bow drill method should be adopted as its name. Well, I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to finish my tea, have a little relax, pack the camp up and wend my way back home. Well, just before I pack up for today, a few more thoughts. Now, Bushcraft My Way was showing a wonderful video on using horse's hoof fungus as a type of tinder, which is it's actually excellent tinder. It's it can be used to produce amadou, which has saltpeter rubbed into it, and I've seen on one or two websites actually hats made from amadou, but I digress. He actually sent a rather nice reply to my comment, the fact that it's good to have knowledge of what you can't use in your area. Unfortunately, I live in the southeast of England, in Kent, Some nice woodland around here. The birches tend to be quite whippy and small. They don't grow to any great size. We do not get on the birches here chaga or horse's hoof fungus. There are bracket funguses to be had, but they don't produce the sort of tinder that you would get from a horse's hoof fungus. Got some wonderful birch polypore. Made a few strops for my knives with that. But other than that, the fungi you tend to get on tree are maize gills, which don't seem to have that nice layer of tinder. I say, as Bushcraft my way said, you know, it's good to have knowledge what you can't find in your area. There's too many videos out there saying, oh, this is a brilliant piece of kit, you know, I found this foraging, I found that. And then you go out to try and find it, realising that it can't be found in your area. Having that sort of knowledge is very important, particularly when foraging.